All right. Here we are. Make it happen with Joel Rodriguez-Tirado. My name is John Robert Quinn. I am the producer. And, of course, this is your show, my friend. So, how are you, brother?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. You recorded on my show, what was that, about a week or two ago? And you're like, you know what? I want to do my own.
Yeah. It seems like something to get out there. I want to, just get my style and what I do, making it happen.
Make it happen. That's what's funny is I've worked with a lot of people over the years. You've got like the Grant Cardone crew, the GSD people, the GSD people.
Yes, I do.
And you're the MIH people. And I'm an MIH type person. I just get it, just get it done, right? Or make it happen.
Make it happen.
Just do it. I don't like the laziness that a lot of people today have. I know that sounds negative, but when you want to build a business, you have to just do it. You have to get out there and do it.
Well,
and that's the whole point of this.
It's exactly what's happening out there. People have been conformed to being complacent, right? They're expecting to be given things without going out there and going to get it.
Do you think that that's on a global or a national or a local level?
I think that's on a national level. Mm-hmm. It could be globally. Mm-hmm. I'm only in the United States right now, but unfortunately, it is something on the national level. And making it happen for me, it's about getting out there, getting it done. I'm not gonna sit down and wait for it to happen. And that's what it takes. Where
did you come up with this MIH? I mean, at what point, how long ago, like, where was this always embedded in you? Were you always the type of guy that gets up and makes your bed in the morning?
I don't make my bed, but
neither do I.
Neither do I, but that is funny you bring that up.
Success starts with making your bed. And I'm like, I guess I'm not going to be successful.
I think for me was, I don't know if I told you the story, but I did suffer a traumatic brain injury at once, and I had to overcome that, right? And I've learned that in order to get out of your rut, you have to make it happen. When somebody's telling you no, you're not gonna walk again, or you're not gonna be able to be successful. So those are the things that over time, as I got better, I saw what got me there, right? So I always had this idea in my head, make it happen, make it happen. Over time, I became successful, and I've done some great things. I'm still working on it.
Oh, we're always always going to be working. That just
exactly. It's a work in progress, but the make it happen theory in my head is what pushed me to even further my career, right? Whether that was in the construction industry, how I started, or if I went into property management, which I was in there for a long time. And now I'm in the financial services. So making it happen for me, it's about the power of grit, having that tendency that you're not going to give up on yourself. You're going to go out there. You're going to get it. You're going to study, right? You got to rebrand yourself. So those are the things I'm doing. It's like, do you want to go outside, right? And say, I'm going to go into the world and I'm going to make people like me. And I'm going to wear flip-flops and shorts and a T-shirt. Are you really going to attract good people your way?
What's actually funny about that is I just saw a video on Instagram. It was talking about, there was like this I don't know exactly who this guy was, but it was like a Damon John type guy, and the FUBU guy or from Shark Tank, and he was like, if you want to be successful, you have to dress a certain way, carry yourself a certain way, blah 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 blah. And the argument is always, yeah, well, the billionaire wears a shirt and a shorts and a t-shirt, and and his response is, well, you're not a billionaire.
Coming from the guy that's not a billionaire.
Right?
Funny, right?
No, but the point is, it's like, when I met Mark Cuban, he shows up and he's wearing like track suit pants and a t-shirt, and everybody else in the room is wearing a suit. And you sit there and you go, what's the story with that guy? But the argument is if he's the one who's standing out. But in a moment where everybody else is wearing shorts and a t-shirt because they're, I can't say that they're nobodies. Clearly they're somebodies, but they haven't gotten to that status yet.
Exactly.
But you show up dressed to the nines in a suit. What's actually funny about that? Here's what's funny about dressing up. Okay, I love this. You can wear a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and a pair of Nikes. Hold on a minute. And a pair of Nikes, and you just look like everybody else. But you put a nice shoe and you put a blazer sport coat.
Boom.
And all of a sudden you're dressed up.
Boom.
And it's so funny. People go, oh my God, you look so nice.
Yeah.
All it takes is a sport coat and a pair of monk straps, and you're good to go.
Change it up. Change the routine. Instead of black
And
shirt,
you feel
wear...
good. But you feel good.
Yeah.
You didn't even do anything different. It's the same clothes, but it changes everything.
That is the key word right there. You feel good, and when you feel good, guess what? Everything else gonna feel good.
I always say invest in a nice pen. You don't have to. I used to do the Mont Blancs. I've had lots of really nice Mont Blancs over the years. One of them I sold, ended up going to like the president of Brazil or something. Like I've had some really cool pens over the years.
Okay.
When people go, why in the world would you spend several $100s on a pen? Well, it's not the pen. It's how you feel when you sit down with somebody and you do a deal. And then that energy reciprocates back to you because you feel good and confident. And it just turns into a better transaction, a better everything because of how you feel. I have custom made pens now that cost a fraction, but they're custom. It's the only one in the world that's exactly like this one. The point is that, again, when you're working with a client, that reciprocates that energy back instead of just going and buying a 10-cent Bic pen. But again, it's the whole make it happen. That's the whole point of it.
It's the capture of creating conversations without you even having a conversation to go from, right? Sometimes people just start a conversation, man, I love your jacket. And that conversation leads into many, many different types of conversation, a way for you to express yourself, what you do, or even just talk about life, or what they're doing. So it's a good way to create conversation with people that you come across, whether you know them or not. It is a good way. And you feel good about it because you're like, man, I don't even know this guy from... I'm not going to say that on here, but you get to meet people that see your style, see how you're going, and then they go, hey, how do you do it?
It was funny. I went to a restaurant once, and the server was wearing, I don't remember what the situation was, but they were wearing something, a lapel pin. And I got into conversation, and, it started, I think, with the lapel pin. It's like, that's really cool. What's the story with that? And then they tell you, and you start to get to know them a little bit, right? There's a little bit of energy there. And then they go, how long you started doing survey? Oh, I've been doing it 15 years. Do you still love it? Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. Does it pay the bills? Is it? Oh, it's wonderful. And you get a little candid. I don't want to brag, but I probably get the best tips here. And I go, what's different about you versus everybody else here? It's just, well, it all starts with the lapel pin. It's because just that one thing separates them from everybody else.
It does. So you know what? One of the main things I get, right, when we're doing our trainings, all right, for prospecting and our new prospects come over because we want to empower them, and we talk about dressing, and they go, oh, but I don't have a pair of shoes, or I don't have a jacket like you do. I don't have that type of money, and I'm going, I don't either. But I do look for, sales, look out for that extra shirt. There's thrift stores that sell, you can buy jackets at the thrift store for literally $5, $10.
I know. And they're nice coats. And they're nice coats.
And I go, all you need to do is, you just came into the training night in a sweater. If you literally would have just put in just a polo, that polo would have elevated you a little bit more.
I buy these polos are wonderful. I love the material on these polos. I buy these on Nordstrom Rack. I want to say I think they're $29. Yeah. I could go buy the Lacoste's for $89, but these ones are great, right?
It's how you wear it that matters, right? You can be wearing, it's the confidence. When you go out there, have confidence in what you're wearing. Because you can bump into somebody that's wearing, a Gucci or Louis Vuitton, but they don't wear it with confidence. You want them to wear it with confidence, so you can go, wow, he's wearing Louis Vuitton. And
I'm buying my sport coats. I've got some John Varvatos, which are really nice coats. Of course, I never pay retail. I think they want about $800 or $900 for a John Varvatos sport coat. I'm paying $60 or something. I buy them on eBay, brand new with the tags.
Yep.
I look for a 44 regular, and this is the funny thing is every now and again the sizing might be a little off. Okay, then I give it to somebody. I go, what size are you? Oh, I'm a 44 regular. Here, try this. Oh my gosh,
go get it fitted.
Yeah, but if it's already too small, it's too small.
Oh, if it's too small, but if it's big, you can have it fitted.
You can have it fitted. But the other side of it though is I went on there the other day. and I was looking at Ralph Lauren, and I found some Ralph Lauren's for like $28. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to try a couple used. I'm just curious to see what's out there. So there was this one on eBay, and I paid $2.50 for this sport coat, that tan one that I got.
Yeah, the one I
Shipping
saw.
was like $11. I paid $2.50 for it. Everyone is laughing at me, but they go, "I love this coat." I go, "I know." That's the point.
That's the
right?
point. Yep.
And
you're making a point. Italia. That's
Italia.
what I'm wearing. That's what I'm wearing today.
That's is that Macy's?
Macy's. It's
Yeah.
a Macy's
Mhm,
brand.
mhm.
But we were talking about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need $200 to buy coats? No, you do. But guess what? They have other ways for you to pay for it. You can pay $20 every other week. You
Oh
know,
my God.
get into the Klarna thing. Get into the Cecil.
Oh, I love the Klarna thing.
Come on.
No,
I mean,
so yesterday I was on. I had a notification on my phone that said sales clearance at Nordstrom, and they had a Nordstrom clearance, and it was like only $7.99. I'm like, I am not buying an $800 coat.
Right?
It was $1,500, 50%
No,
off, and I'm like, there's no way I'm spending that much money on a coat.
when it's the power of confidence, the power for you to go out there and dress right, and then when you have this many options, people don't take advantage. They think they
Klarna's
gotta
great
spend the
if you
money
guys
right away.
if you guys aren't familiar. Klarna's a great for-payer, right? So a lot of the stuff in my office here is for-pay. The mics that you're seeing is for-pay. You know, I buy an entire studio setup. It cost me $3,000, and I can do a for-pay of $750.
Yep.
and it's done, and there's no interest.
and now they're doing a 6 months with interest, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you got good credit, now they're doing up to a year. You know, that's with interest. But at least you can get what you need to get you started.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
people
yeah,
are
yeah,
afraid to do that.
I know. And with who is it? Affirm. Affirm now gives you a credit card. It's a credit card number, and you can do the 12.
Yep.
We do the 90 day one. I
That's
use
what I
90
do.
day. 0% doesn't cost you anything.
You
Use
pay the same
Affirm.
amount that you pay at the store.
100%, and then I think there's a $20 or $25 transaction fee
That's it.
to start it, and they give you the card number, and we use it for everything. We use it for everything, because why use my money when I don't? I put Pirellis on my car, $1,100.
Do I have the money to pay for it? Yes, I do. But guess what? I'm still gonna pay overtime. I'm gonna save
I'm
my
gonna
money
use
in my
their
account.
money.
Yes.
Yeah, use their money. It doesn't cost you
That
anything.
way you have more money for you for the week.
And the argument is oh well, I don't know, I don't have this, or I don't have.
I can't keep track
You're
of
gonna
it.
create excuses to fail. You're gonna create excuses, or you can make it happen.
And I'm gonna continue to say this: be stronger than your excuses.
I have a book. I don't know. I think I'm not sure if it's here. I've written 40 something business books, but one of my books is winners win, losers make excuses.
Yeah, I know. My brain even tells me that. Sometimes I'm making an excuse. Like one side of my brain is creating an excuse for something that I didn't do, and then my other side of the brain was like, "Dude, be stronger than your excuse. Stop."
You know, what's actually
Stop
funny
whining.
is we'll spend the same amount of time to create the excuses it takes to actually just do
Yeah.
do the job.
I mean, but it's the relevance. But overall, making it happen, right? Confidence, attitude, commitment, and focus. And those are always relevant. We all have it. For some reason, some of us haven't dug deep into our brain to be out there, to do what it takes. And at times, you know, they have to meet people like us, right? To give them that edge. But sometimes they don't want it, and you can't change people's mind if they don't want it.
So, talk to me about what does Mr. Joel Rodriguez-Tirado do? What do you do?
I'm in financial services.
Okay.
And I got into it about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And it was due to circumstances. It's normally how some of us get into the industry. You see a care factor on it. For me, it was more the care factor. For other people, of course, you know, they see the big sign, financial services. they think about money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm already working. I already work a great job in property management. I'm an area maintenance manager or vice president of maintenance, however you want to put it. And I do really good. The company treats me very well. I've been fortunate to be with them now on 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But about a year and a half, right? Somebody came up to me and I needed life insurance, right? So I was like, well, I need life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we do that, right? He signed me up, and my curiosity, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tend to just feed up the people's emotions and communication.
Mm-hmm.
And I was feeding off. So I was like, how do I do what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at me. He was like, are you kidding me? You what? You already got a good job. It doesn't matter if I have a good job. I can still.
You want to create passive income.
Exactly. So how do I do what I did? So I signed up for it, So it was great to sign up, and now just empowering other families, whether that is through educating them with how to do finances. They don't teach you finances in school.
No. They don't
Right?
teach you anything other than how to get a job and do what you're told.
Yeah. So it's a way of educating. Whether you feel like you need it or not, that's up to you. We cannot make those decisions for you. But at least now you know what it takes to protect your family, protect your home. And the other part is, people don't know that life insurance is not, you don't have to have life insurance all your life. Right? Life insurance is there to protect you until you're wealthy enough to not need it, right? Right? You can create yourself so that you don't need it anymore.
But the other side of it, though, is I'm building my company. I don't care who you are. Honestly, I don't care who. You could be Bill Gates. Bill Gates could be bankrupt tomorrow, especially with the markets doing what they're doing. The bottom line is, I can guarantee homie's got a life insurance policy.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. He has a life insurance policy.
Because
if all hell breaks loose,
he has a big one.
He still, but he still has to have some sort of protections.
No, he does. And that's where the investment side of it comes in, right? That's why we say, buy insurance, invest the difference, right? That way you create that passive income that's coming to you later on in the future. When you're retired, you have that investment that you created for yourself, and you can live the rest of your life happily, right? Instead of being one of those that didn't educate themselves with financial services or anything.
People wait till the last minute to do things. Yeah, and
start
you just
early,
don't know.
Guys. If you're not listening, listen right now. Start now. The younger you are, the better you will be in the end. Don't think, oh well, I'm healthy and listen.
It's not like that. The
No,
other
it's
day I
not.
was on the freeway and something flew out of a car and it flew right towards my windshield, and there was this moment of panic. You don't have time to move. You don't have time to react. You're like, oh, is this it? It ended up being a leaf. Oh man, just a leaf. But when it's coming at you at 80 miles an hour, you have no idea what's coming at you. And it could be that could be it.
Well, look at this. Case in point. Just a week and a half ago, my friend, right? My other friend has been trying to get him. Hey, let's get you life insurance. Let's get you set up. Let's. If you don't want a life insurance, let's get you investing right now, right? He goes on a trip to Vegas. They both do. One of them goes into a seminar. The other one goes to dinner. One of them never comes out of the dinner.
What would happen?
Had a heart attack.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me that. Yeah.
Heart attack. And guess what he does for a living? He helps people that have had heart attacks, and it happened to him. He died instantly at the restaurant.
Was he protected? Did he have life insurance?
Nope, he never did.
Now everyone's getting a GoFundMe set up so they can put him in the ground.
Guess what was his main reason for not getting it? I don't need it.
He's healthy.
I'm healthy.
Yeah.
You know, when your number gets called, your number gets called. You get a birthday, you know your birthday for the rest of your life. You don't know when you're leaving this world. I saw a thing, it was yesterday or the day before, that said, what would you rather know? And this is actually a really cool question. I'm going to ask you this. Think about this, too, because this is kind of crazy. What would you rather know, the date that you die or how you died? How I died.
That's what I said too.
I want to know how I died. That way I can make sure I take care of it, right?
Yes.
I mean, the date that you died, there's nothing else to know about it. You died that day. Boom. You're dead. But when you know how you died, now you can fix it, right?
Yeah.
Those are the main
You're like,
things.
motorcycle accident. Staying away from those.
And one key question is, for anybody that's that's doubting themselves, right? They think of assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when you ask a lot of people, they go, you ask them, what type of assets do you have?
My car, my
what is the
house.
biggest asset you have right now? And they go, I think it's my home. And then they go, oh, I think it's my car. Oh, my Rolex watch or my collection of coins, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No. The biggest asset right now and the most important one in the home, it's you.
It's time.
You and your income. Because if you're gone, who's going to replace that?
Yeah. No, 100%. Absolutely. No, absolutely. No, well, that's funny because I meet you and the first thing I do is I go, okay, I've got to make sure that my wife's protected. My wife she's got retirement, she's got a life insurance policy with the state. I'm okay, right? Something happens, I'll get 40, 50, 60 grand. That's all. I don't need a lot of money. It's fine. But I don't have anything to give her except my business. She doesn't know how to run the business. She doesn't have the mindset to continue to think this stuff up that I think up and to build it. She has an idea, but she doesn't know how to do it. Yeah. Matt, my buddy Matt knows how to do it. Matt knows how to, he knows how to run my business. Matt can handle it, but is he going to take care of my wife? So I have to think about okay, Matt can continue with the John Robert Quinn legacy. He can continue to manage the business and do the books and the magazine. He knows how to do all those things. But how is my wife going to be protected? So I just, I said, dude, give me a policy, make it work, and just make sure my wife's taken care of. That's all I care about.
Nope. Yep. Because at least she doesn't have to deal with the aftermath, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure you don't want to see your face on a GoFundMe, right?
Dude.
GoFundMe, John Robert Quinn, the creator of over 40 books,
yeah.
Creator of Impact Magazine.
But I didn't have enough money set aside to take care of business.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
So those are the things that I always say. So your greatest assets, it's you, or you and your wife, or if you're married, are the biggest assets. The other part is right, and I know you might not be religious at all, and some of you out there might not be religious, but believe in this. Look, God always says, leave a generational wealth for your children's children, right? Yeah. So that your children can look back and say, and create, whether that is a great college education, right, a great school education, and they have a home to live by. So those are the things that I think about when I look. I'm not only thinking of myself and tomorrow, I'm thinking of my grandkids, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of my grandkids' grandkids. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking ahead. So that way you create a generational that's going to last a legacy where people are still, and we all go through this. I don't want to be buried and with a tombstone, be forgotten. But you know what? If you do things that are going to leave a lasting legacy, your name will be remembered. Mm-hmm. You might be forgotten in the tombstone, but at least your name will continue to roll on for days.
Yeah. No, seriously, 100%. You look at guys like Jimi Hendrix, and people still go out to his tombstone. Mm-hmm. His music is still alive. He's still alive in a lot of us.
It's a big impression they left on people.
What's actually really interesting, man, I really wish you were at our rally, at the Impact and Influence rally. We had Lynn, who's the CEO of the Better Business Bureau here. And people don't know, JRQ TV Media Group, my company, owns Impact Influence Magazine. We're inside the Better Business Bureau building.
An amazing magazine, by the way.
Amazing magazine. Where I'm going with this is we dedicated the rally to her late husband, who was a car guy, a watch guy, loved the culture, the car culture and so forth. So we dedicated the rally. It was his birthday. But he passed away about 5 or 6 years ago. None of us ever knew him, except for, of course, Lynn. But Lynn's sitting there telling these beautiful stories about him. And we're all just sitting there laughing, kind of with tears in our eyes, And it just ended up being such a wonderful, wonderful day. When the April issue comes out, we did a whole article on it and talked about it. But the thing that's really, really neat about that, though, is that legacy. How do you want to leave the people behind? Do you want to protect yourself? Do you want to protect them? And again, how big of a legacy do you want to leave?
Yes.
So people can get in contact with you, mih-firm.com. You have a telephone?
702-927-2714. And I just want to add, listen, guys, get out there. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And trust me, your life will change.
and making it happen. Let's close on a positive. Making it happen. Do you want to grow your business? Do you want to grow in yourself? I always say, as long as you're better today than you were yesterday, that's growth. That's progress, right?
Yes.
And Tony Robbins says, progress is just making another step, just whatever that is. Just know that today you did a little bit more than you did yesterday. That's progress. That's happiness.
Warren Buffett even said it. When you improve 1% every single day over the course of 100 days, you would have improved 100%. That is more improvement than anybody else has put into themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
Continue to improve.
100%. So, all right, guys, MIH-firm. It's a pleasure being on your show.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to help produce this for you. And
most definitely, I have fun. This kind of we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep doing it.
No. This is where it's at.
It's only the beginning.
Yeah, only the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah. In our friendship, that's the other thing is our friendship is we have a lot in common, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're going to do some cool stuff, man.
It's going to be fun.
So, absolutely.
It's going to be fun.
Cool stuff. So, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.